Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the world of Fate Stay Night. I am your friend, person accompanying you on the journey. Just dude in a chair. I need to come up with a better intro. Oh well, hello, I'm Cardwiz, and I'm here to just play some video games. Probably sing some random songs along the way, do a lot of silly voice acting, and probably get my mind twisted up and broken multiple times by the story of Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel route, because it feels like it's happened at least once a stream so far, especially in this last route. This last route has twisted everything on its head, and I am terrified of what is to come. Yay, fun times ahead. Let's start with some fun times. Let's start with the vocal warm-up, get all warmed up and nice and ready to go. Got a bit of a tricky one. We got a bit of a patter song, but it's a patter song where spoiler alert, I do karaoke versions of most of these because I don't have them 100% memorized for like half of them, like a majority of these. And for this one in particular, just like wording of the karaoke part of the lyrics is not done well. So we're going to see how this goes. Let's try it. My days are so busy, it's making me dizzy. There's so much I gotta do. There's lunches and meetings and poetry readings and endless interviews. Gotta pose for a portrait and how I deplore sitting there for eternity. Then it's off to the inn where my innkeeper friend wants to name a drink after me. Then it's back to my room where I got to resume my attempt to write a hit. Just me and my beer and my terrible fear that I might be losing it. And it's hard, it's really, really hard, so very, very hard. I'll make it look easy, but honey, believe me, it's hard, it's so incredibly hard, so inconceivably, unbelievably hard. It's hard to be the bard. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. There's only so much of me to go around. I've got so many fans with so many demands I can hardly go take a piss. But the theater freak or the autograph seeker, they always want a piece of this. It's a cross that I bear, I'm like Jesus, I swear it's a burden, but I suffer through it. It's part of the game, the trappings and fame, but somebody's gotta do it. And I know, I gotta go back to my pen and ink. Don't make me go through it, don't make me go through it. Can somebody get me a drink? Cause it's hard, it's really, really hard. It's sexy, but it's hard. The reason is really amazing, it's hard, it's so annoyingly hard, so unavoidably, unenjoyably hard. It's hard to be the bard, baby. Oh, I know writing is what made me famous, and being famous, that's just so much more fun. You see, what people don't understand is that writing's demanding, it's mentally challenging, and it's a bore. It's such a chore. Sit in a room by yourself, oh my god, I just hate it. You're trying to find an opening line or a brilliant idea, and you're pacing the floor and hoping for just a bit of divine intervention. That one little nugget, that one little spark, then eureka, you find it, you're ready to start. So now you can write, wrong. You're not even close. You remember that, damn it, your play's got to be in iambic pentameter. So you write down a word, but it's not the right word. So you try a new word, but you hate the new word. And you need a good word, but you can't find the word. Oh, where is it? What is it? What is it? Where is it? Blah-de, blah-de. Hello there. Did he see me losing it?
He's half blind, sir.
Oh, good. Then he only saw half of it. Do you see what I did there? Speak, man. What is the news?
He paid a soothsayer to foresee what Shakespeare's greatest play would be.
That sneaky little thief! Why doesn't he come up with his own ideas? It's hard! Oh, it is. Isn't it the worst? Makes me wonder why I didn't think of that first. Hard to alleviate the pressure to create. Hard to do something as good as the last thing I did that was already great. So I'll host him by his baton. All I need is a clever disguise. I'll make him pay for those devious lies. Let him do all the tedious stuff, the work that is terribly, unbearably hard. All right. Alright, Nick Bottom, I think Shakespeare needs to find out what Shakespeare's next big hit's going to be. Cause it's hard! It's hard! It's hard! I've got fortune and fame, everyone knows my name, but I can't help it, it's so freaking hard. Oh, I love Something Rotten. I really do. I do hope I would one day get to play that, but it's just like probably not going to happen because I don't think that was a popular enough play that like local theaters will do it. Much as I wish they would. It's just like, yeah, the Shakespeare and Something Rotten has got a lot of great songs. Maybe I'll try the other one if it's on someone's doing a karaoke version of it. Hello, Skeeth. How are you doing today? Just in time to get back into the route of Heaven's Fiala. I think we were on day 7? I'm sure nothing crazy will happen today. Yeah, this is going to finally be the day where we just have a nice, relaxing spa day. Ooh, we can have a spa day. Just like me and Sakura, we just keep skipping back and forth all of the sickness. Let's just take a day and just relax. We can each take our own showers. Not going to have a shower scene. TOS Tomberry would not allow that. Just going to be totally nice, totally relaxing. Not going to worry about the, eldritch horror shadow monster. Nope, not worrying about that at all. Yay, delight. See, it's going to be a delight to play this. Absolutely, that colon does not signify anything whatsoever. Nope. It's morning. It's after 7 o'clock. Weather's nice outside, and bright white sunlight pours in. I get up and stretch my back. I get that. Physically, I feel well. I can finally move my limbs easily, and there's no trace of any headache. Yay! I feel great waking up today, as if the horror of last night never happened at all. What eldritch horror did I see last night? I didn't see anything. Just had a normal night hanging out with Sakura and Saber and Taiga. Everything is nice and great. I guess it just must have been heartburn. I sigh and I think back on what happened. Nope, let's not do that. Let's keep those thoughts bottled away forever. Even if I was reliving what happened 10 years ago, I really need to train more if I can't remember anything that happened. My memories since collapsing in the park are really vague. All I remember is leaning on Saber's shoulder and being put into bed. Oh yeah, I should probably thank Saber. I get out of bed and I quickly change into my school uniform. I guess we're just not going to have any background music on day 8? Sure. Saber seems like she's still asleep, so I'm going to go have breakfast. It's already 7. I should go see if Sakura's in the living room. It's Sakura! Senpai. In the living room, I find Sakura holding her school bag. Breakfast is ready. Table is neatly arranged and ready for us to start dining right away. Oh, is breakfast ready already? Yes, I had time, so I made enough for you and Saber, too. Aw, that's nice of you. But what about your food? I'll be okay. I'm going to school first. Please enjoy your breakfast. What's wrong, Sakura? It's weird you made us breakfast, yet you weren't going to have any? Did something happen yesterday? Besides Eldritch Horror that I'm going to pretend I didn't see? Yep, sounds like I was on the mark. I can't think of anything from yesterday's events that would apply. Nope, absolutely nothing crazy. She didn't see us come home in a nearly dead state, and that freaked her out. Nope, that didn't happen at all. After dinner last night, Sakura went back to her room, and that was the last time I saw her. After that, I think something happened, but that thought gives me so much nausea I can't remember it. Come to think of it, I remember talking with you and Saber yesterday about something. Probably nothing. Don't worry about it, probably. I said something terrible when I saw you nearly unconscious. I lost my temper. You said something mean to Saber? Oh no, are you alive? Yes, I said something I had no right to say. I pinned all the blame on Saber. So I can't look her in the eye right now. Oh, that's why she made breakfast for two and is just trying to leave before she runs into Saber. I'm sorry, I realized how stupid I was being, and I apologized to her right away, but Saber apologized to me too, and she said she was careless. That was all my fault. No, I don't think we're gonna blame you for the Elder Tour last night. Sakura hangs her head, looking ashamed. I see. You apologize to someone and they apologize back to you, that would just make you feel worse. You two are so silly. I'm obviously the one most responsible for getting myself super hurt. You shouldn't argue over something like that. Don't try to think about or blame the thing that did it to you. Don't think about that thing at all. Don't think about it ever, ever again. But Senpai, Saber didn't... It's okay. I'll just say this now, but when she knows someone else is wrong, she won't back down. If you made a bad case to her, then she'll get really mad at you, but the fact that she apologized, I guess she accepts what you said. Saber might not say it, but she likes you, and if she doesn't, I'll use a command spell to make her like you. She values people who try their best. Yes, that's all the more reason I'm avoiding her. That Saber didn't scold me, I need to scold myself, or else I'll get to my head. No, don't, please don't get into the you need to beat your up mindset. Trust me on that one. You don't want to be in that mindset. It's a bad mindset to be in. Sakura laughs bashfully and gives me a modest bow. Guess it looks like her mind is set on just blaming herself for everything. I'll just let her go to school early. You insist, then I'm not going to stop you. What are you going to do so early in the morning? Practice got canceled. It's okay, I can clean the dojo. After what I said to Saber, it's only right I scrub the floors as penance. Sakura bids me farewell and leaves the living room. Cleaning the dojo? It's really hard to scrub the floors in winter, you know. She knows that as well as I do, which is probably why she said it. I wonder if what she said to pick a fight with Saber. If she thinks she has to do such an unenviable task to make up for it. Sakura thinks we had a fight. She knows she would be dead if we actually had a fight. I mean, didn't you? She said it was her fault. It might have appeared that way, but Sakura was correct. Far from being a quarrel, it was a conversation that brought my inadequacies to light. Wow. Saber's grumbling to herself, and it's super cute. Not that it does a thing to stop her chopsticks from delivering bite after bite into her mouth. No, I'm sorry, I said it weird. I'm just curious because of how much it was bothering Sakura. Just forget about it. Both of you keep saying the same thing. Are you perhaps teaming up to tease me? Why would I go out of my way just to prank you? And you would absolutely concuss me to death if I did that to you. And what would Sakura and I have to gain from that? Actually, I'm kind of terrified of pranking Saber and being found out. Which means we should do it. Where is the pranking route? That said, I suppose it's your mutual way of being considerate to me. Saber muses he ingests an omelet. Good to be a glutton in the morning, But I wonder what Sakura meant. She wouldn't feel down if it was something that petty. Do you mind telling me, Saber? Well, it was simply I was too weak of a servant, to put it briefly. I failed to protect you due to my lack of skills to pay said bills. You're kind of doing more than plenty of that on that front. I just went and fainted on my own last night after letting myself get sucked up into a shadow. No, don't think about it! That may be true, but Sakura was right to warn me. It was wrong of me to be unwilling to listen to her. No matter what Sakura says, I am making you, my master, fight in a war. Saber looks away uncomfortably. Yeah, this is the route where we're actually letting her fight, and we're still end up on the front lines. Yeah, this one's on you, Saber. You suck. I mean, it's strange. Why is Saber getting so worked up over something we kind of agreed on?
がなく、 不審に感じた住民が周囲の住宅の調査を要請したところ、
Hello, news lady. I was about to freak out. Just like, who the heck is that? The news is on the TV. I turned on while eating, and it's showing a story about
発
last
見
night's
された体
stuff.
調不良者は30名に及び、直ちに病院に運ばれました。今月に入ってから7件目の昏睡事件ですが、診察の結果はやはり何らかの食中毒に近いと。
Yep, totally food poisoning. I finished breakfast and get ready for school. I'm going to school and I gotta see Tosaka. Kinda need to talk about what happened. Talk about Zalkin and that. Guess we gotta
警
talk
察
about
で
the
は
Black Shadow.
宮山南4丁目一帯に被害が拡大したことから、何らかの薬物が散布された可能性が高いと。
Yoma South 4 Chome. Tosaka was glaring in that direction last night. Archer said the shadow was what was causing the comas. 30 unconscious people. Experience myself what that's like. My caster, that shadow lurks in the dark and sucks magic stuff from people around town. Oh, it's more than just sucking. Caster had a gentle touch. It was like a nice, soft, gentle suck. He clearly made sure to harvest enough people in a repeatable, painless way. Like drawing blood through a syringe, to use a metaphor. Not blood, it's a metaphor for love. This is nothing like that. Caster may have only drawn blood, but the thing I saw last night feasts on its victims. The shadow owes no mind or mercy, only cares about devouring magic energy, mind and all. Saber, I need to talk to you about stuff. Yes, what is it, Shiro? Saber heard what they said on the news too. She probably knows what I'm about to say, but he wants me to say it. Fine. It's about our direction going forward. You saw that thing last night, right? Yes, it was like nothing I've ever seen, and it resembled no phantasmal species that I know of. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But it is our enemy, and it didn't look like a master or a servant, but it deliberately targeted me in Tosaka. And it's taking magic energy from randos. Then we're going to prioritize finding the shadow. You want us to go after something that has nothing to do with us and ignore the other masters and servants. Saber gives me a hard stare. I mean, come on! Like, it kind of obviously has something to do with us. Our goal is to obtain the Holy Grail. And I'm asking her to help me with an irrelevant objective. Again! I'm gonna say it's not irrelevant. Of course she'd be against it, but still... Yeah, we can't leave that thing alone. I think it takes priority over the Grail War. Saber watches me silently. Deafening silence is making me hold my breath. I thought we would be cool about this, Saber. Oh goodness, I guess it might come to this. I'd rather not get involved with that shadow, but... Saber, are you sure about this? Whether I am or not, I know you would go off on your own even if I refused. In that case, it would completely defeat my purpose here. If I allow you to die, I will be unable to remain in the era. I will go along with you, despite whatever misgivings I may have. Oh yeah, but... Besides, it's only a matter of time before you repeat yesterday's recklessness if I leave you alone. That was the second time, so there is bound to be a third. I'll be forced to apologize to Sakura again if that happens. And then, in that case, you're going to go to school with me? Wait, no, I'm not going to let that happen. Boo. The servant should follow. Like, it's different circumstances. Like, this shadow isn't... We don't know if this shadow is going to follow the rules of it only attacks at night. Just like, if ever there is a reason for Saber to come to school and maybe wear a uniform, it's now with the frickin' shadow on the loose. If you have made your decision, Shira, I will lend my sword in your effort. Saber! But Shiro, that shadow is no ordinary opponent. Even Berserker would be easy to bring down. Yeah, I kind of felt that in my bones. Can't really describe it as strong or weak. It is just misfortune. It's not something you can just beat up, I don't think. I didn't try punching it while I was, like, inside it or something. Maybe I should have tried that. My bad. I have nothing else to add. You don't understand that. But Shiro, Choosing to go after it is the most difficult path of all. Please keep that in mind. Wait, it's going to be harder than the path where me and Rin both lost both of our servants? Oh boy. Now, be careful, but why would you say that? Do you know what it is? Like, Archer seemed to know. No, I'm in the same position as you. I have no idea what that shadow is. Saber averts her gaze. Great. And then, as if uttering an ominous premonition, she just had... I just had a vague sense it is like a star of misfortune, like a curse that brings inescapable ruin upon all it touches. He leaves me with that. I have to scratch at the door. Time to start homeroom. Start us off. Oh! Icole was absent, and so is Amanda. I guess that should do it. Attention! What are you doing? What you doing, kitty? Homeroom begins. More students are absent than yesterday, but the classroom feels less lively. Not just our classroom, actually. The entire school feels muted. Fujini moves homeroom along in a breezy tone, but doesn't look as upbeat as usual. Yeah, we're gonna get half the school in a coma, and a magic bomb isn't even gonna go off. And on that note, after-school club meetings are suspended. That is all the announcements I have today. By the way, your first period teacher, Mr. Kazuki, is out. So you can just self-study. I brought printouts, so just stay here in the classroom. I wonder if his body was found. I mean, like... We said we were going to go to the church and tell them, hey, go clean up the bodies at the temple, but I don't know if that actually happened. And if it actually happened, was Mr. Breathegood body figured out? Yeah, I wonder what happened to that Kazuki guy. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to him. He's probably, I don't know, breathing somewhere. Room collectively celebrates and begin to move the desk around with a clatter. Fujini's just gonna let us do our worksheets at our own pace, meaning we can do whatever we want as long as we stay in the room. But... Shiro, one sec. Why is she waving me over? Don't be suspicious, Fujini. But, Fujini, we're still in class. Yes, but I didn't come over this morning, right? I just got worried you might not be doing okay. Where's this coming from? What are you worried about? I'm not really sure. Just a feeling in my bones, I guess. The bone of your sword? I've always had this tingly feeling that I get sometimes before you get hit by a car or fall off a bridge. That's why I wanted to see if you're okay. Normally people have spider sense about themselves, not about someone else. That's a little creepy. I'm doing just fine. If anything, I'm safer now than I've ever been. If we ignore the endless end-of-the-world monster from last night. And we are going to ignore it. Yes, but I just wonder. It's a feeling like there's this train we need to get on together, but you stay behind on the platform waving goodbye to me or something. That's a really weird and very specific example. Guessing you had a weird dream before you woke up. Oh, could you tell? I overslept because of that. Of course you did. Kind of amazed. She didn't come over because she overslept. No other reason. Yeah, that's very Fujini. I'll believe it. No worries, I'm the same as always. And on the other hand, you've got, like, circles around your eyes. I think it's more than just dreams that's making you miss sleep. Then she should come over and have sleepovers with Sakura and Saber. That's the solution! Well, I was pretty busy yesterday. I'm thinking it's going to be busy today, too. I'll probably have to keep pulling overtime, so I might not be coming over for a while. No! No, we need Fujini in our lives! She is a bright spark of joy that I need! You don't have to leave any food for me. No! You can tell it's serious when she's turning down food. No! I just wanted to let you know. Make sure you do your worksheets, Shiro. You have bad grades in modern society. You're going to start failing unless you put more work into it. Fujini gives me a casual wave goodbye and leaves this route forever, I'm just assuming. That felt like a goodbye to this route for Fujini. Oh, I hope it's not. She doesn't need food? Well, that's a load off my back. Feel a little let down and less motivated. Kind of a hollow feeling, like my regular life is disappearing. At least we got Sakura. Yeah, I agree with your take on it. We can't let the shadow thing run around. I don't know what mage is behind it, but they've got some nerve running amok on my land. So we're gonna keep the truce then? Of course, we don't have the luxury of fighting until we eliminate that shadow. Conversation wraps up, and when lunch break started, went to Tosaka and brought her to the roof. And then I kicked things off by suggesting we do something about the shadow. But Tosaka turned out to be even more determined than me. So what's the plan? Should we patrol together tonight or split up and search? Let me think. I think we should split up roles. What's your deal, Marlon? What's your deal? What do you want? Do you want snacks? Or do you already want out of the room? Already want out? How you doing? So if we're splitting up roles, does that mean I get to be the tsundere and you get to be the stupid protagonist? I'm cool with that. It's not like I would want to do anything like that, Baka. You keep patrolling... No, don't... You're being an idiot. You keep patrolling at night. I want you to go over any places you find suspicious as a mage or that stands out to Saber with a fine-tooth comb. While you do that out in the open, I'm going after Zoken. Zoken Mattel? What does he have to do with the shadow? No idea. I think he's a weak lead, but he's super scared of it too. But something about him is bothering me. Plus, we can't ignore him even without the shadow. He's been doing all kinds of shady stuff like controlling Castor's corpse or turning Shinji into a master even though he sucks. Yeah, Shinji does suck, but he's my best friend. Can I murder him this route, please? Now that you mentioned it, we teamed up to deal with Castor for similar reasons. Can't just let the old man run wild now. You successfully transitioned to watching the stream on the bus. Enjoy your bus ride! Huzzah! Yeah, we'll deal with the shadow once we clean up the mess around it. Even if you find it, just observe it from a distance. We shouldn't fight it until we can do that on our terms. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Like, do you know where Zoken is? Yeah, I don't know exactly where he is, but I can just go straight to his house. Like, you know he has a house, right? Our families are connected, so I'm better for this job than you anyway. Tosaka lays out her plan in a lighthearted tone. Good luck if you run into Shinji and a freshly revived writer, although we don't know about that part. The details are anything but light, though. Fine, you go to the Matals? That's dropping straight into the enemy home base. I know that. What are you so shocked for? I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to scout out. What? And what do you do if Zoken ambushes you? I'm not letting you go there by yourself. I'm coming too. You're the reckless one, idiot. I said I have the connections to the Matals. Remember, I know their magecraft, and I figured out how strong Zoken yesterday. To be clear, Zoken kinda sucks. He used most of his magic just to maintain his body, and he has no direct means of attack. Plus, he got cut in half yesterday, so he might be dead already. I'm gonna figure that out. In fact, if Zoken wants a straight-up fight, it would be to my advantage. Without Shinji, he's hardly a threat. Oh boy. Leave the old-fashioned magic duels to me. You should go physically gather intel. Great, I'm just here to learn stuff. Fine. I go to the library? Should I look up something with a Dewey Decimal System? Should I look up Shadow there? Tosaka is Archer, so no need to be overprotective. He trusts Archer. Oh my goodness. Alright, you deal with Zoken. Saber and I will look for stuff. Thanks. Also, Emiya, I wanted to ask. Sakura's really staying at your place? Seriously? Yeah, she's been sleeping over. Why? Never mind. I'm relieved to hear it. It'd get super awkward if I ran into her at the Mattel house. I mean, she doesn't know anything. Yep, she totally doesn't know anything. I hope. You're right. You're super considerate, Tosaka. I'm surprised that you're that nice. Stop looking at me like I was shocked that I'm nice. Screw you. Well, if you have to ask. Human hurricane arrives with a crash and leaves with a bang, I guess. I don't care what you think. I'll deal with the Mattel stuff. Got it. I look for stuff, she does Mattel stuff. Oh, but Emiya? Tosaka's lips curl into a smile. What is she gonna try to say? When she smiles like that, it never means anything good. I try to run away. Maybe it'd be better if I just try to jump off the building. Maybe you shouldn't spend all your time training. Isn't there something else you could be doing? Like taking care of the girl living under the same roof? Unfortunately, I was still in attack range. What are you talking about? Sakura and I aren't like that. I'm just keeping an eye on her while Shinji is being a jerk, which is all the time. I was only saying, you should let Saber rest. Oh, wow, Emiya, so Sakura's the first thing that comes to your mind when you mention girls, huh? She got me there, dang it. Run away, just run away, Emiya. You are not winning this fight. Just kidding. Did you like that bit of payback? Only a nutcase like you would treat me like that. My shoulders droop. I feel as slack as a marionette with the strings cut. Yep, she absolutely got him trapped. Like, he had the chance to just run. That's all he had to do. But nope, he just had to fall head on into her trap guard. That's your weakness, Emiya. I guess the joke was in bad taste. Nah, I think it was funny. You're the one with bad taste. I'm leaving. Shit, that's what she just said. Go ahead. I'm gonna stay here and just laugh at you a lot longer. I hate you! You're not my real mom! I slam the door behind me and leave the roof. Ah! She only came to push my buttons. But did I like it? Am I into having my buttons pushed? What does that even mean? In the first place, I don't even remember doing anything to warrant this kind of treatment. Not in this timeline. All I did was jump over a high bar years ago obsessively. If she's still thinking about someone after that, then that's her problem. Once school ends, I quickly start to head home. Since all after-school stuff is suspended, students crowding around the campus gate. I take a cursory look around and don't see anyone who might be Tosaka. Knowing her, she went straight to the Mattel house. Senpai, are you trying to find someone? Nah, I'm just looking around. Not every day you see this many students leaving at the same time. Yes, but thanks to that, we can go home together today. Should we do some shopping before we head back? Yeah, let's pick up some stuff for dinner. Fujini won't be coming over for a while. I hope we see her again. I miss her already. So it'll be just enough for the three of us. You, me, and I guess Saber. After we buy the groceries, we take the long way home, passing by the park. The park is super empty, which is probably good because I feel like it would be bad for him to get turned into a tree in front of Sakura. There aren't any kids on the playground, nor weird silver-haired girls in a coat. The park is empty. Do people not come here often? Not lately. When I was a kid, there would usually be someone here during the day, but these days, pretty much like this, except on days off. I see. Feels kind of lonely. I'm so lonesome I could cry. The sky is tinged twilight. It's a dark red expanse with no birds in sight. Feels lonely, just like the small park. Want to head back? I guess we should take the chance to relax at home. We leave the park as Sakura agrees cheerfully. Follows me with a spring in her step. She's so happy, and for once neither of us are sick. Well, I might be sick, but I'm kind of ignoring it. Oh, an interlude. That's going to be fun. Something nice and pleasant is going to happen. Is this going to be Rin visiting the Mattel house? And so, Rin Tosaka arrives at her destination, the Mattel residence. It's the atelier of an old mage lineage that immigrated to this town 200 years ago. Her family welcomed them as collaborators and gave them land, and yet these fellows are outsiders, whom they have never been friends with. The Tosakas and Mattals practice mutual non-aggression and have a pact that prevents them from easily involving themselves with each other. But she could not care less right now. The pact was broken 11 years ago, and the people who made that deal with the family were from centuries ago. For 200 years, they followed an agreement whose reasons and content are unclear. And for all that time, neither the Tosakas or Mattals have obtained their goal, the Holy Grail. Originally, the pact was only about getting the Holy Grail. But that never happened, so she has no reason to follow a musty old rule. Rin passes through the front door without ringing the doorbell. She's never been here as a guest. She's only here as a master to eliminate her enemies' Holy Grail War. Yeah, but... Rin searches the manor looking like she's chewing on something bitter. She's here for the Holy Grail. So there's no need for her to follow the Tosaka Mattel Pact. So Rin lied to us, like, well, I guess, like, the Zoken stuff is Holy Grail War related, but just, like, seems like Shadow's not the first thing on her mind. That's what she tells herself. She can't change who she is. This is the first time I've gone against Father's instructions. She murmurs absently. It isn't particularly remarkable. She might have gone against her father's teaching, but she has not broken anything important. Her only regret is... such a moron. If I was going to break the rules anyway, I should have done this, like, super sooner. I could have been, like, a thief so much earlier in my life. The guilt she has been bearing towards a certain... someone for the last 10 years. They keep hinting at it. Just keep dropping hints like that. It has to be Sakura and Tosaka are sisters. Rin, there are 2 blank areas in the floor plan. Where? The first floor? It starts on the 2nd floor. The stairs are narrow, but they probably lead underground. Okay. By the way, Archer, have you noticed? Of course, but it is no threat to us. I won't concern myself with it if you do not. Our objection is that fiend Zoken. She nods at the voice next to her and heads for the hidden passage on the 2nd floor. Rin can't see him, but the Red Knight is at her side. He brought him along in case of a fight, but her servant appears to be the meticulous sort. He sketched out a mental floor plan after walking around the house just once, and pointed out rooms that seemed to be missing. Rin had a vague sense of it already, but Archer has the ability to grasp the design of structure and objects. It is a specialized ability one would never expect from a knight. Oh no, Archer's actually an engineer! I've been thinking for a while, but it's super weird how you're good at that, even though you're like an archer. Save the sass for later, it's open. Be careful, it's dark inside. Conversation stops, and the wall opens. Damp air wafts out from the passage leading underground. It is an unbearable, rotten odor that Archer can feel even without his material body. Find the bug room. Found the bug room. Rin walks down the wet stone steps. Her surroundings are greenish dark. Countless holes in the wall must be the entomb of the dead. The bodies in the stone coffins decompose and erode, leaving empty holes for the next occupant. Not so different from the above-ground burials, except for one thing. The way those bodies decompose. Here it isn't the dirt that breaks the corpses down, but countless worming insects. So this is the Makiri training room? She murmurs, feeling dizzy. It isn't because any feeling of repugnance nor chill. Anger is what makes her tremble, regret, and vomit. This is a training room. This place is a training room. This rotten, wet room filled with nothing but death and countless insects is what the Mataus give their successor. Ugh. What does one even learn here? This chamber is only for breeding, the feeding, multiplying, and training insects. Then the Mataus must also use insects to educate, discipline, and raise their successor. Just how different is this world from hers? She thinks of her stern, difficult education and of the magic crest engraved in her arm. She isn't comparing the severity of their upbringing as successors. To begin with, no one else has bore struggles and overcome obstacles like she has. Yes, you are the only one who has ever gone through anything in your life, Rin. That is absolutely true. Rin Tosaka has, without a doubt, faced greater challenges and adversity. That is what it means to be recognized as an average one, a mage wielding all 5 great elements, and personally inducted into the Mage Association as a prodigy. Ew. If she was asked to command this nest of insects, she could come up with a more effective formula in half a year flat. Rin Tosaka could rewrite the magecraft that the Matau heir hasn't even mastered after decades. A mere 6 months. But this method of teaching is idiotic. She could only eat her words if you asked her whether she could put up with being a plaything for those bugs. Yep. Just train yourself by playing and hanging out with some bugs. Lots of worms. The magical tradition that takes place here isn't education. It's torture. The magecraft taught directly to the body, not the brain. Yeah, you don't need a brain to do magecraft, so long as you got a little gun arm and go pew pew pew. Maybe say a word if you have to, but yeah, you don't need to educate your brain. If you educate your brain, then you have to just shove rods into your spine. And we know that doesn't work. They must be a tradition of the Makiris and a preference of the old mage Zoken. Meaning that whoever is chosen to be the Matau heir undergoes endless torture. Rin. I know, Zoken isn't here. I don't know if he ran when I got here, or if his home base is somewhere else. We don't have any leads either way, so we don't have to stay. She fights down the urge to scream and leaves the room behind. The girl's footsteps fade into the distance. Later, the insects swarm around the vomit she puked up in disgust. But is it magic vomit? Rin returns to the surface. Her business concluded, she heads outside when... Shinji, I know you're there. Don't bother hiding. Stop being a creep. I know it's not possible for you to do that, but try a little bit. She called out to the person lurking in another hidden passage in the back of the room. Tosaka, you! I was going to ignore you and just go home, but I've changed my mind. Let's talk Matau. Glaring hatefully at Rin, Shinji obeyed. Yes, bark like a dog, Shinji. He clearly showed himself because He is afraid of her. Not because of the threat she poses a master with a servant. He is simply intimidated by the fierce air she has off. Don't mess with me. I have nothing to say. Besides, aren't the Tosakas not supposed to interfere with the Matals? What are you even doing here? Oh, we're schoolmates too. I don't think it's weird to come over and hang out. Want to play some Mario Kart 64? Don't make me laugh. You call breaking and entering, then making a mess of things, hanging out? I heard you lost your manners ever since your dad died. I guess it's true. The Tosakas must be pretty stupid if they're resorting to robbery. Is that what this looks like? Huh. That actually doesn't sound so bad. Like, I could wear, like, a cool mask and maybe, like, a cool suit. Like, I could pull off, like, the Anne Panther look from Persona 5. Yeah, I could definitely pull that off. Totally be a phantom thief stealing all your stuff. I would steal your heart, and by steal your heart, I mean carve it out of your chest. There's nothing here to steal. There's nothing here to steal, but how about some robbery? Robbery is when you manhandle someone after you run into, after you break in. Yeah, I think I feel like that right now. It's obviously a joke. What? I don't know how obvious that was a joke. This is Tosaka we're talking about. But she isn't smiling, which makes it seem even more like it's not a joke. Rin practically pins Shinji to the wall with her icy glare. You're wrong, idiot. I have nothing to do with him. I'm not working with Zoken. I have no idea what that geezer's been up to the whole time. Are you sure about that? How'd you become a master then? Well, I'm super cool, that's why. He gulps. Shinji swallows whatever he was about to say, even as Rin urges him to continue. If it's about Zoken, he would probably have spilled his guts right away. Rin Tosaka is dangerous right now. There's no telling what she might do if he says the wrong word. This sucks. She might be so mad she might actually try to kill him. You what? But he just can't say it. He's as good as dead if he tells her how he became a master. How did he become a master? Sticking with the theory that Sakura is the source of the crests, and therefore she's the source of his crest textbook. But if he tells Tosaka that, presumably because, as I suspect, she is Tosaka's sister, Tosaka gonna murder him for subjecting Sakura to that, to all the worms. Then I'll answer for you. You're just playing copycat. You are a failure who can't be a mage, so you're hoping to use the Holy Grail to become one. That's your only goal. You're a coward reaching for something he doesn't even want, just so he can hide how powerless he actually is. It might be completely inconsequential to anyone else. Tosaka, how dare you! Am I wrong? You were born to the Matau family without any magic circuits. But that isn't your fault. The Matau bloodline thinned out long ago. It's like your parents' and grandparents' fault. Ever since your family put down roots in this land, they've neglected their original pursuit. But you became super obsessed with it. You got some wild ideas in your head about being like super special or something, and then you started begging for something that you don't even need. You can't become a mage even if you get magic circuits, and yet you're clinging to a delusion like you're entitled to them? You don't know what you're talking about! Screw you! You think I can't be a mage? How do you know that? I know. I can say for a fact you can't be a mage even if you have a holy grail. You lack the talent for it. Unlike Emiya. Huh? Shinji's mouth falls open. He wasn't expecting that name to come up. It's well enough that Rin Tosaka is his enemy as a master. He kinda knew that was coming. Yeah, Shinji, It's time for you to realize that you're Shiro's best friend, whether you like it or not. Rin, don't bring up our name here. Nope, too late. It's okay. Shinji is our best friend. He's going to have a very normal, very sane reaction to the fact that his best friend might be a little bit better at him than like one little magic-y thingy. Perfectly fine. But it's inconceivable that she would mention Shiro Emiya. He's just an amateur. Isn't he just an unworthy mongrel, not even from a family of mages? It was frustrating enough that he summoned Saber, but why is Rin Tosaka, of all people, saying his name? What? Don't do this to me, Tosaka. Why are you bringing up Emiya? He's stronger than you, and he has the aptitude to be a mage. Shiro Emiya has what Shinji Matao doesn't. Balls. Also, like, a cool dojo. Also, Saber. Also, the love of your sister. What? Yeah, like you, he lacks magic, but his greatest quality is indispensable for a mage. He's not going to let himself lose to anyone. Greatest! Him! Oh, don't make me laugh, Tosaka! He doesn't have anything I don't! He's got nothing at all! He's just a stray dog who got lucky and made a pact with Saber. Shinji stares straight at Tosaka, his fear seeming to have been replaced with hatred of Shiro. Rin just shrugs and sighs as she decides to probably continue to taunt him. Great, Rin. Thanks! Fine, you're really hopeless if you still don't even get it after I just spell it out. I thought I would make you take some responsibility, but you're not even worth the trouble. I'll let you get away this time, so run along to church before Emiya finishes you off. No. In fact, send him to my house. Let me finish him off. Please, don't let him run away to church. I want to finish this son of a gun off forever. Rin turns away with an irritated huff. It declares that she's finished here. She no longer considers Shinji an enemy, and will leave the Matao house behind. I'm weaker than Emiya? He repeats the words with nothing but loathing, unadulterated loathing, for your face, your voice, your clothing. Let's just say, Hilo Shiro, cheerio Emiya. But Shinji's is back to the wall, can't even see the departing Rin anymore. If he rushes her, she would kill him for sure. Even Shinji knows the undeniable difference in their power. Tosaka, you... Bottomless resentment fills his scream. I might as well. Without turning around, Rin stops and bids farewell to the boy who was the successor to the Mataos. Here's one last lesson for you. To go beyond plus ultra for something other than yourself, that's something you're not capable of. You're not Deku, you're not even Bakugo, you're not even Tailman. Like, Tailman's like a billion times cooler than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch the 4th My Hero Academia movie again. It was a banger. Oh, also, to reflect on other people more than yourself and to despise yourself more than anyone else. That's the disposition of a mage. Wow, mage is just the entire concept of a mage is just to be full of self-loathing and self-hatred. That very healthy lesson that mages are teaching their fellow mages. Heck yeah. No matter how much talent or magic circuit someone has, there are heights they will never reach without the ability to hate yourself. Even I never thought I would meet anyone who fits all those conditions. I mean, it's a contradictory personality you wouldn't have unless you were, like, super broken. Shinji, you're the archetype of someone who looks down on those while nursing an inferiority complex for no good reason. You scorn everything around you, and yet the people you condescend are, like, super better than you. You're just trapped by this pointless sense of inferiority. You're empty inside, and you're the only one who thinks you're stuck. when you're like a balloon, your destination changing whichever way the wind blows. Understand yet? A guy like you can't handle being a mage, and no servant would ever obey you. Whatever happens from here on out doesn't concern Shinji Matao. No matter how much you insist, you're a master. You'll never, ever, ever be one. Her footsteps trail off. Rin leaves Shinji alone in the doghouse without sparing him a second glance. Shinji slides down the wall, having a very normal reaction. He collapses to the ground like a puppet with the strings cut, his face spasming in laughter. Oh, so that's it. His dry tongue licks up the spittle running down his chin. Thanks for that, visual game! You didn't need to do that one! You really didn't! A dry thud echoes in the room. The boy violently slams his head into the wall so hard he might break a bone. So, what you're saying is, I'd be good without him around, right? A choked, hollow laughter fills the air. That's a sane reaction. Super normal. Great job, Ren. Thanks for making Shinji mad and you didn't even kill him. Didn't even kill him for me. What good are you, Ren? Here it goes, Sakura. Rock! Paper! Scissor! Take that. I thrust out my fist. Sakura meets it with an open palm. I played rock, while she played paper. Yay, I win. I stare at my hand. Did it again. Why do I always play rock on the first round of rock, paper, scissors? So I'll make dinner while you relax and watch TV. Fine. But I'm not going to be happy about it. Sakura practically skips to the kitchen. Does cooking dinner by herself make her happy? I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. Fine. I promised whoever wins would have to cook. I take off my apron and sit down. I wanted to wear my super cute apron. I don't know how it is in other households, but around here, making dinner is apparently a recreational pastime that I don't get to participate in. Not that I feel that way about it, but Sakura wanted to cook by herself. I appreciate the help, of course, but as her upperclassman, I shouldn't take advantage of her. Accordingly, on days like this, when we both have free time, we come up with contests to decide who gets to make dinner. Nothing else to do, I'll have some tea. Make myself some tea and absentmindedly just sit down at the table. Neighbors in my room, and Fujini isn't coming over because of overtime at work or whatever, and I miss her so much! Hey, Janie! Hey, Janie, we need you. Please, please. Sakura and I are the only ones here, and Sakura cheerfully standing in the kitchen. I unconsciously find myself watching her. She works at a brisk pace, looking like she's enjoying herself. I'm used to seeing her long hair and dark red ribbon, the way she picks up utensils, the way that she firmly takes up the kitchen knife, even if it seems heavy, sets a cabbage down on the cutting board. Huh! Cuts into it with vigor. Sakura always looks nervous when she picks up a knife. Then her motions become familiar and efficient. I space out while I watch her. The sun sets. When Sakura's here, life seems to go by slowly and peacefully. I suddenly realize how precious it is. Once night falls, we'll be off to war again. I'm only just now beginning to appreciate how important this time is to me. Oh yeah. Gotta protect Sakura. Yeah, should probably do that. I don't know what Zokin's scheming, but I'm not letting him lay a hand on her. I've had so many chances to interact with Sakura lately, and getting distracted by how she's changed, or should I say, developed physically, if you know what I mean. Hey-oh! If I'm being honest, I think I'm starting to fall for her. No, that isn't quite true. I think I started to feel this way a while ago. I feel like this is like the third or fourth time we've said this. Whatever. I hear her gently humming in the kitchen. It's really the little things like this that are important. As I daydream, I fill my third cup of tea and watch the Twilight scene. Not the movie. That hasn't come out yet. Is the book out? This is 04, right? So if it's not Twilight time, it's getting close to Twilight time. Sakura, if you read Twilight, I'm going to say that's a deal breaker. Time seems to pass in a leisurely, tender way, as if I'm getting drunk off tea. Slumber falls over the town. Even though it's just past 10 p.m., it feels like it's 3 in the morning. Must be because of the serial coma instance. Night falls like a veil over the town. The lights go out and there aren't any people outside. And for once, me and Rin didn't get sick throughout an entire day. Then again, I still have like 2 hours left in this day. So, Archer's master unreasonably demanded that we find and investigate the shadow. Yeah, don't really have a choice, so are you against it, Saber? I told you my position this morning. Now, Shiro, what leads do we have? Wandering aimlessly through the town at night could prove counterproductive. Leads? I don't know why we did this and not... Like, it should have been me investigating, like, the Mattel house. Because, like, one, it wouldn't have broken that rule thingy. Also, just, like, Archer seems to have more knowledge and might be able to scout the shadow better. So I really think that team should have done this, but whatever, we're here. I don't have any proof, but if I had to choose... Oh, we get to choose. Huh. My gut says Ryodao Temple. Park is where we ran into the shadow the first time. Ryodao Temple... I know me as the reader knows that Shadow was there at Ryodao Temple. I'm trying to remember if there was a line that, like, Rin told us that's like, yeah, stuff's still going on at Ryodao Temple. My brain says that we know something, but I could just be using like my knowledge as the player. So my knowledge as the player wants me to go to Ryodao. So I think I'll go there. Let's go to Ryodao Temple again. Now that I think back on it, casting was acting super weird back then. There might be something else to find up there. Yes, that mountain brims with an ominous aura. It feels like the most spiritually developed region of the town. It bears investigating regardless of the shadow. Sounds like a plan. Let's go! We head from the yard to the front door. It'll take an hour to get to Ryodao Temple if we hurry. The sooner we leave the better, but... Saber is looking at the guest house. Her gaze is focused on the room where Sakura's sleeping. You want to have a sleepover? We can cancel it if you want to have a sleepover. Jiro, I need to speak with you before we set out. Regarding our conversation this morning. This morning about Sakura? Yes, Sakura has two. Guilty of conscience, she tends to fixate on immediately redressing her mistakes, instead of considering how to improve in the future. Ah, she's talking about the argument last night. Saber said that Sakura was correct and didn't dwell on the matter further. But Sakura insisted that she was wrong and just kept apologizing to Saber, which only spurred Saber to apologize back. Sakura and Saber. Saber's worried about how they interpret things differently? What do you mean? She blames herself too much. She cares more about regretting her actions than correcting her mistakes. She ends up cementing her guilt instead of attempting to restore her honor. For better or worse, she is too severe on herself. It's one of the frickin' themes of this entire game, and Rin just told us, like, yeah, that's a good thing. That's what mages do. Yep, I see what they're saying. I see your foreshadowing. I see what you're pointing at, game. I'm going to continue to ignore it because I don't want to believe it. Saber looks pained. As if the words aren't directed at Sakura, but at herself. I felt it keenly last night when she was with you. She is special in a way that she isn't at other times. Only when she is with you does she seem to be free of her guilt. Guess that's why Saber's worried. She thinks that Sakura needs to have more pride in herself. Well, I guess Sakura is pretty timid. I look out for her too. Come to think of it, it isn't good to make a girl her age constantly do chores. Sakura says she enjoys being here, but she should have fun outside the house too. Are we setting up a date chapter? Are we considering date chapter time? Oh, yes. Thanks for caring, Saber. I'm really happy to see you think of Sakura, even when she isn't related to the Holy Grail War. Yeah, we got embarrassed, Saber. Think nothing of it. I can be hard on myself, just as she is. That is why I cannot help but relate to how she feels. Wait, Saber! I'll go with you! If you used to investigate the park, Saber scolds you for trying to waste time on a place with no leads. Wasn't it the park? That's the thing, we're looking for leads. Just like, Riala Temple has more leads. It's just like, oh, I see my mistake. Like, I was thinking the park was the area we had the battle. No, the area we had the battle was like beside the bridge or something. Yeah. Park, I guess it doesn't have leads. We don't know that Zoken, stole a lady's body there. We head for the door together. In the night ruled by silence, we leave the house, taking care not to wake up Sakura. Let's go have a totally normal investigation. Probably not going to find anything. Hopefully we find like maybe a ladder or a step ladder. Maybe we can have some classic Phoenix Wright dialogue. Speaking of Phoenix Wright, Thursday nights. Myself and the Worst Heroes are continuing our Ace Attorney playthrough. We are through the first day of trial of Recipe to Turnabout, and dear Lord, I'm having more fun with the case than I thought I would. Mainly because, like, I'm doing the voice for Armstrong in that case. There's like, I'm having a stupid, silly time with that. We climb over the no trespassing fence and enter the temple yard. We can ignore rules because we're cool. I'm cool, right, Saber? Sure you are, Shiro. Since our encounter with Kiester, Yudao Temple is treated as important evidence in the mass coma case. The air still feels the same on my skin. Kind of uncomfortably lukewarm with the smell of ripe fruit. Going in, Saber. Yes, be careful, Shiro. I know. Tell me right away if you sense danger and stuff. Pass through the yard and ascend a corridor leading to the inner temple. The hallway is dark and the wooden floor creaks with every step. Nothing feels off to me. How about you, Saber? I feel the same, but I am sure that something is strange about this entire area. Since we first set foot on the mountain, we have entered a space governed by a different set of rules. In fact, I would say that our failure to notice anything amiss despite the abnormal amount of mana is strange itself. I see. Let's see what we can dig up. I know there's a pond in the back of the temple, plus several buildings. A very cool pond where nothing horrific is happening or will ever happen in other timelines. It said that the pond was once the home of a dragon. But luckily, we now know the only dragon in this game, exists inside of Saber's... Ooh. We might be able to find some clues there, since it's long been considered a holy place. We exit the corridor and head for the back of the temple. When suddenly Seymour is standing beside me. Shiro! Ow! Saber! Something throws me from the corridor into the central shrine. Realize that Saber did, and I try to rush back by her side. But Saber slams the door in my face. Super rude, Saber! What do you think you're doing? I pound on the door. The door feels as hard as iron. Maybe Saber used a spell. Ah! Open the door, Saber! I pound and punch the door, but it's not budging. Oh, it doesn't even give against the full body tackle attack. On the other side of the iron-hard doors. Defend yourself, Shiro. This enemy is sure to target you. What enemy? The Shadow? No. It is the worst servant a master could hope to face. I'm sorry, but I cannot guarantee your safety. That servant, assassin, kills the master first rather than dual servants. Assassin? I don't sense anything. Oh, no matter how strange the air at the temple should be, a servant's aura should feel different. Oh no, when a servant materializes itself nearby, it gives off like an aura or something. Even if it's hiding its aura, there's no way Saber should fail to sense it. I'm going to end this in a single strike. Please stay there. I feel Saber moving away. Oh, Saber's footsteps are faint but firm. Maybe she's closing in on Assassin while fending off its attacks. And Assassin's going to pull the same lake trick. Great. Ah, I'd better. I look around me. I pick up the stick that is handy enough to be my weapon and immediately start strengthening it. Hurry! I need to use it as a sword to cut the door open. Got a bad hunch, an irritation that I can't quite place starting to take over in my mind. I leave her there. I'll see her alone in the mountain. There's no going back. I have to hurry up and... Oh. The lights go out. Oh, no. Who put out the moon? Who put out all the stars? Saber, was that you? Man, that's super embarrassing if you did that. No, there weren't any lights to begin with. The moonlight that was illuminating the shrine has been snuffed out. Ew. Something reeks. It's the odor of rotten meat and the grating buzz of insect wing. Ah, oh, cruddy Salkin. I stare out into the darkness. Like a moth to the flame, young Emia brat. He cackles. Somewhere out there, I feel the old mage's unmistakable fiendish aura. Saber. I take a stance with my improvised weapon. I'm not afraid of this centuries-old fiend. The absent Saber's well-being is the only thing on my mind. Are we about to beat up an old man? I can get by with that. Let's see if the Saber Assassin fight seems compelling. Taking the skull mass. Distance between them closes from 18 meters to a mere 5. Dear Lord, this game loves its meters. Saber's close enough to cleave her enemy in two with a single step. But the enemy knows that too. As she closes in, he throws daggers to prevent her from finishing the fight. And if she doesn't close in, it gives him a chance to retreat. Dangerous time for an interlude. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, it's not like there's some darkness shadow living in the lake. which has already taken someone who tried to kill Assassin. Not like that's ever happened before. The skull doesn't sprint with gale-like speed the way Saber does, but retreats with bestial agility. He slips through the narrow corridors with ease, navigating tight turns without losing speed. Does he have eyes in the back of his head, or is his back of the mask he turns towards Saber when he faces her down? Assassin, the skull masked servant, evades Saber's pursuit, keeping her neither too close or too far, like a road mirage. Sparks fly, 3 daggers hurled. Saber has some resistance to projectile attacks, but compared to Lancer, who predicts the trajectories of the air current surrounding the opponent's intent, Saber predicts using the air current and sounds at her intuition. Invisible attacks are not particularly threatening to heroic spirits. I mean, they operate on a level beyond, killing each other with decisive attacks that may be understood but not prevented. Yeah, the sphere, erect a barrier of pure magic energy exceeding that of the spear, to possess luck so auspicious that it bends destiny-fixing effects of the spear, or prevent Lancer from using the spear to begin with. Compared to that, Assassin's Sturks are very easy to deal with. They're kinda lame. They are lethal if they strike a vital point, but the fact that they can be so easily blocked makes them little difference to pedals. Assassin's thrown more than 40 dirks. The rogue killer finally stops with his ammunition exhausted. His pursuer skids to a halt as well. Her enemy, who had kept her at a distance, has suddenly stopped. She can feel the sinister aura plainly emanating from Assassin. There's no time for a foolhardy charge. You accept your fate, Assassin. Saber takes a step back, despite knowing that the best tactical choice would be to cut him down there. I must not advance further. Her intuition, which has kept her alive for many years, warns her with maximum urgency. Do not advance. Do not approach the gloom. Yep, luckily, Assassin's going to be the one who's going to be dumb and charge right at us. No way he's going to be smart. Saber doesn't answer, but slightly raises the tip of her sword. Points at her enemy. 7 meters separates them now. That's 2 more than 5! It would take 2 steps to reach him. It is a range that requires a swordsman like Saber to advance. Furthermore, she has hidden weapons she can use only once, for which range is not even a consideration. Assassin's black cloak flutters. He does not know where the breeze stirring it is coming from. I do not see them directly, but I can read their trajectories. I cannot wield this blade if I fear the unseen. The skull chuckles in agreement. What use is throwing black-painted daggers at someone who wields an invisible sword? Then just paint your daggers invisible. Duh, that will counter it. Assassin keeps laughing, appreciating the clear difference in the heroic spirit's calibers, and the gap in their noble phantasm. What? Everybody's got the right to be happy, even though at times they go to extremes. I think it's obvious why I'm singing Assassins right now. Duh. Don't worry, it's fine. Shiro can beat up an old man, probably. Shiro.
お前の主は我が雇い主がもてなしている。私を引き離したところで急がねば虫どもの餌食だぞ。
Saber's sword flashes into brilliance, or rather, she reveals the golden radiance that it always had. Oh, she's busting the big boy out.
風のまじないで刀身を隠していた。なるほど。その風圧ならばその場からでも私を立てる。
The black cloak sinks down. It turns out the prey he lured out has a ranged weapon of its own. No stratagem or calculation can help him now. If Saber means to cut him from afar, then all Assassin can do is attempt to disrupt her up close. Our positions are reversed, Assassin. Will you meet this barrier of the Wind King? Excalibur. Yeah, probably shouldn't have taunted. Probably should have just let his master attempt to do the murder, but oh well. The skull mask reaches the ground. Crouching low, he resembles a crawling spider. The vacuum vortex of compressed air is about to be unleashed upon the assassin. It would be insane to face it. Does he really expect to endure a lethal tempest by curling on the ground? Oh, what can go wrong by allowing him to speak? No, I see no problem with this. Saber raises her sword. She will not let him stall for an escape with words. Her eyes are locked on the assassin. Even if he attempts spatial teleportation, she can finish him before he moves. She raised her sword as high as it will go. Now all she has to do is let it fall. Let it fall, let it fall. Assassin sinks lower to the floor. He asks a question. So with that, I must go. Goodbye, Assassin. Saber answers with her sword. The duelist decided, like a divine dragon, the vortex of air swallows corridor and skull both, snaking through the temple in a violent tumult. There is no blocking or dodging it. As with Lance of Spear, the only way to stop Saber's invisible air is by overcoming it with sheer magic energy. An assassin's magic energy cannot even compare. The only way he could have stopped the attack is by forcing Saber from unleashing it. It is too late to stop the released Tempest. The Black Cloak is sure to be cut to ribbons within seconds. A vortex of death descends upon him. But in the midst of the vacuum, Assassin cries out an exulted laugh. Charges. What could possibly go wrong? An attack aimed at her neck. As Saber instantly parries it, the black cloak slips over her head and drops behind her. Oh. With godlike speed, Saber spins to attack him. But Assassin is no longer there, leapt out of range. At the same time. What? The ominous presence she's been feeling now covers the ground, earth.
さて、二つほど運がなかったな、セイバー。
Uh-oh. The shadow spreads. Its muddy corruption taints her silver armor.
一つは相性。
Does his noble phantasm?
陣よけのまじないは砂漠を行く者には必須でな。私が知る唯一の魔術が風よけの皆であり。
Of course he has like the one thing that can counter. The corridor is plunged in darkness. The pale moonlight fails to illuminate the shadow as her consciousness fades. This seems bad. She sees him. Assassin! You!
そうだセイバー。もう一つはこの場所を戦いの場に選んだことだ。ここには良くないものが住むと。
This seems bad. Can't even hear Assassin's voice. In a few more seconds, it will disappear. This shadow consumed Zerma. This thing sucks up magic, and, like, she's made of magic. But then again, like, if there's a servant who could survive this, like, Saber's technically, like, the one who probably could. We'll see. Her body screams in revulsion, even as her thoughts fade. It does not matter if it's a futile gesture. She will spend every last drop of magic energy if that's what it takes to break out of the bind. The shadow still only covers her feet. If she fights against it at maximum output, she can break free. Even if she loses most of her magic energy and the part of her taken by the shadow, at least she can escape. And yet... The shadow isn't her only foe. The skull has been watching this effort play out like a spectator. He is still a grim reaper here to bring death. You planned this?
1対1ならば勝てると言ったな、セイバー。そう。それが間違いだ。お前は1人、こちらは2つ。私はただ、お前の注意を削ぐだけでよかった。
The shadow encroaches further. This seems bad. Yeah, we get to see Assassin without his cloak. You can see all the ribs. Fantastic. Her very existence begins to decay, starting at her feet. She's lost sensation from her toes to her thighs. Her legs becoming part of this world, and not part of it. Part of your world.
お前が真っ当な英霊ならばなおさらだ。比較的近い私でさえ触れれば魔力を奪われる。純正であるお前では触れられただけで正気を失おう。だがそれは惜しい。むざむざお前を消滅させては私の目的は果たせない。
Oh, that'd be rude.
心臓は私がもらう。
And how will you do that?
おかしいか。探検はそこをつき。
Oh wait, yeah, we already know it's Noble Phantasm. It's Noble Phantasm is the reaching out heart thing.
その私がお前を仕留めるのは不可能だと。
Murderous intent emanates from the skull. Assassin's magical energy, which felt feeble so far, concentrates in his right arm. His right arm is a club. A misshapen thing without even a hand that does not function like an arm. All it can do is dumbly strike his opponents, cannot even hold his daggers. Now, it warps. Bones bend and break. The skull's arm explodes upward like an abominable wing. The one-winged angel. What a bizarre sight. What a long, massive arm, where another arm would end in a fist. That is only his elbow. It bends like a grotesque forearm that seems sewn into his shoulder. Shadow is unrelated to Assassin, but he's smart enough to know how to take advantage of it. Yep, that seems to be the case. Saber's thoughts freeze. It can reach her. That arm is long enough to reach her, and once it does, it is sure to gouge out her heart. Before she can even tremble, his arm flutters. The cursed arm is thrust at her like a spear. There's a sound of flesh being sliced, and a gout of fresh blood. Red liquid splashes on the floor and speckles the black shadow. A shrill cackle escapes the skull mask. His outstretched arm is coated in crimson. Its deed done, it quickly retracts towards Assassin. So did he lose his sanity? He had lost his monster side. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you should have waited till like the shadow overtook the arms before you attempt to do that. That was just an unforced error. That was really an unforced error by you, Assassin. That was dumb. She lowers her sword. Assassin's cursed arm never reached Saber. Saber repelled the curse before it could extract a mirror image of her heart. Assassin's noble phantasm cannot defeat Saber even in these dire straits now. Having survived Lance's casualty reversing spear, she won't allow herself to die to such a vulgar curse. Bye-bye to, Saber's torso. But that was the last resistance she can offer. All the power she built up to resist the shadow was spent in this final defense. She has no strength left to struggle with. Even if she did, it would be too late. The sinister aura she felt this entire time is now emanating from her very self. The shadow devours her feet and reaches her waist. Not even moonlight can escape its hunger, and now it has become her. It is too late to do anything. The shadow creeps up the clouds over the silver-clad swordswoman's vision. I am sorry. Shit. She gasps out of craving oxygen and sinks into the murky swamp. Let's find out if she survives. It's the wording of that was so. I feel like she's going to survive, but like the wording they said, like the way they worded, I forget what exact sentence it was, but it sounded less like draining her and more like Saber has not survived the route. Oh, heck yeah. I was hoping we would have one route where Saber didn't survive. They made it sound like it wasn't just draining magic, it was going to drain sanity. So I was thinking that she was going to survive, but turn into a berserker? I don't know. Like, the wording, there was like one sentence that was worded weirdly. I should have stopped and paused on it more. Zalkin Matau stands there, looking just as he did the night before. Wait, no, we're back to Shiro now. He looks completely intact even after Archer cut him in two. The old mage, waiting only for death to claim him, laughs as if the other night's events were all a dream. His methods are a mystery, but if he's truly recovered, then they must be in the realm of restoration, not just healing. Can't accomplish this just by healing a wound. I'm sorry I'm distracted. There's something going on in the house, like someone is freaking hammering something. And it's just like, what is someone building? Oh well. I'll worry about it some other time. You can't accomplish this by just healing a wound. It's grand magecraft which returns a lost body from nothing. So does that mean he's immortal?
What do you expect to accomplish by swinging a stick, boy?
I face down Silken with a stick. Can't get any closer to him, nor can I run away and join Saber. If Zalkin is immortal, there's nothing I can do against him with a stick.
Will you attack me or go after your servant? Either way, nothing will happen until you move your feet.
Insects squirm and chitter all around the old mage. No, not just around him. I see the shadows moving, blocking out the moonlight. Bugs. I know what they are, even if I can't see them. darkness is just a disgusting horde of insects. Ew. Thank you for not giving me an up-close of that. Darker than black. They fill all four corners of the shrine room, covering every wall. The room is completely overrun by bugs teeming over the walls and the stench of rotten meat.
Why do you hesitate? You were the ones who disemboweled me the other day.
Heck yeah, we disemboweled you the other day. We put it on the frickin' counter. Number 19. Heck yeah, you should be proud. We're gonna get to 20 this playthrough. I know it. I believe in us. I believe we can get that disemboweler counter even higher. Disemboweler counter. Yeah.
Didn't you join forces with the Tosaka girl to defeat me?
The insect-willing Zoken is clearly enjoying this. Obviously, I cannot do a thing about it. Swarm of insects with a stick, but you can try. Hey, Pathfinder 2e rules means that you can actually damage swarms of insect with, like, normal weapons. It just doesn't do as much, but it's like, in the old rules, it's just like, yeah, you had to have an area of effect thing. It's like, you can't even swat a few things with a stick. Oh, I'm so glad we can hurt swarms with a stick now. Zoken only needs to give the order to drown me in a sea of bugs. Oh, maybe. If I run very fast, I might be able to break out of this desperate situation. There's a lot of them, but they're just bugs. What could possibly go wrong? I doubt they can take out a whole human in just a few seconds. You didn't see that interlude, dude.
Whatever you do, I can wait. Will you believe in Saber and wait for her return? Kill me with that weapon, or break past my worms and run outside. The choice is yours and yours alone. Good luck.
Sounds like he doesn't intend to let me get away. And the longer we drag out this staring match, the more the bugs are gathering. In which case... I wish they'd given me the Trust Saber and Wait option before I saw what I just saw. Use commands. I thought, okay, I was surprised. I was legit surprised just now reading that third choice. I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be, we break out of here. Waiting seems like a very bad choice. Waiting seems like just a very, very bad choice. So it's either cut Zoken down or use a command spell. Again, I wish we hadn't seen what I just saw. I wish they had waited till, like, after we made this choice before they showed the interlude. I really wish, because, like, game player me wants to do the command spell right now. Does Shiro think he can take down Zoken? The other two routes, that confident Shiro, that irrationally confident Shiro, absolutely yes. But this Shiro is not that. If the last choice was run, I would probably run. But we don't have the choice to run. I think Shiro knows how bad this could turn. And if he uses a command spell to get Saber in here and destroy Zoken, like, very quickly, then that could also potentially take care of Assassin. I think this is his command spell time. Should I try using a command spell? I don't think Saber would lose to Assassin, but the situation is kind of bad. This is that old fiend we're talking about. It's too dangerous just to let Saber fight alone.
You've managed to rein that clumsy bloodlust. You must be scheming something.
His chuckle is condescending. The only choice there that leads to abandon is trying to fight Zoken. It's a laugh that says he'll try anything, he'll let me try anything I want since it's all child's play. Yeah, other two routes, I 100% go with Fight Zoken, but not this route. This route, Shiro doesn't play that game. Go ahead and laugh. If command spells are supposed to respond to my wishes, I'll use as many as it takes to get Saber back here. Saber! Without taking my eyes off the shadow before me, I focus my will on my left hand. I give one simple order. I call Saber back to my side immediately! Huh? You notice too late. My left hand blazes with warmth, releasing its compressed magic energy in response to the master's wishes. Oh wow, I used a really powerful command spell. I think I got rid of all of them. Man, it loses all its color after a brief moment of pain. I thought I had 3 of these. What the heck? Huh. I wish it only failed. I'd like to believe I used it wrong, because I have no idea how this whole, entire thing works.
Phew. Looks like it's over. That gave me quite a fright. It must have taken 10 years off my life.
His laughter grates on my ears. Far away, I hear a wind howling, like a death cry. My left hand throbs in pain. The back of my hand is tingling. It hurts where the command spells are, almost like I'm bleeding there. Can't be. I feel an awful dread. I feel an awful dread. I feel an awful dread. In my left hand, the howling wind has gone silent. The old insect-wielding mage. Laughter fills the room with bloodlust.
Oh, it's a cold, hard reality. If you're her master, you should be able to tell that your servant is gone from this world.
My mind is paralyzed. My vision freezes. What is he talking about?
What are you so shocked for? Saber is dead. She underestimated Assassin and lost to him. Is that so hard to grasp, boy?
That's... Right? My left hand hurts. It really hurts, but my command spells are still there, kind of. They're just not, like, super bright red. They're glowing fainter by the second, like they're about to fade, but they're not gone yet. Saber still has to be out there, someone ready for me to come out. Don't you...
Let's put an end to this. The Tosaka girl still has potential. But I have no further use for you. Die in my holy land, along with your servant.
Okay, I feel like Shiro has earned that line out loud. Shiro's earned that one. Plus, I get to hear those words in Japanese. There we go. I run. I charge at the enemy before me, trying to shake off the pain in my left hand and the horrible dread. I step towards Zoken and swing the stick with all my strength. I aim a vertical slash from his skull to his groin. But something repels it, sending me flying back. My back slams against the wall. I can't breathe. It's like someone punched the wind out of me. My back feels numb where it hit the wall. When you get too close to a fire. I'm hearing bugs near me. The bugs coating the wall move so that they wouldn't be crushed when I hit it. Even the chittering seems to taunt me. I was about to ask that. I was like, did we crush a bunch of bugs? But nope, they accounted for it.
You made it back in time, Assassin. I'll let you dispose of the boy. It should be an easy job compared to Saber, so take your time. Enjoy it.
Zoken disappears in the darkness where he lurked. A white skull snickers at me. So that's the assassin servant. Black robe killer with white mask that suits Zoka so well. We got a weapon update. What? Dagger used by the Skullmaster Assassin is designed not as a slashing weapon, but as a thrown projectile. Glad we're getting the names of all these important weapons. Hello, Double Assassin. Don't know much about you. Islamic Blessing to ward off typhoons. Really, like, the worst power that he could have had. How's Shiro gonna make it out of this one? He's still got the command spells. They're super faint, but he's still got them. We got this. Everything's great. We're gonna say Saber's gonna rush in and save the world. He's going to kill me. My left hand still hurts. I can barely think. My heartbeat reaches a fever pitch, realizing these are my last moments. Assassin hurls a lethal weapon at my groin throat. Why the groin? That's just being mean. What the heck? Why you gotta knife me down there? Silver light repels the incoming attack? A blade bats aside all 4 daggers that were about to kill me. Only one person could have done that. My left hand still hurts. My command spells aren't gone yet. I guess that means Saber!
Did you fail to finish her, you fool?
I look up. Someone appears as if to protect me from the white masked servant, but it... Ah! Oh my goodness. Shinji's going to stand up to his grandpa because he's the only one who wants to kill me? Is that what's about to go down? Like, no one gets to kill you but me, best friend. Thanks, best friend. Another servant in dark clothes like assassin. Alright, let's turn the voice back off. He's not going to go on another cursing rampage. I was hoping he would have a few more in him. It felt like he should have had a few more in him, but whatever. Get muted. No doubt about it. That Shinji servant writer. Also, just like, I think I did this for... Yeah, I'm keeping her not muted. I was never happy with the voice I gave her. That's too similar to other voices. Why is she here? Wait, aren't you dead?
You would dare disobey me. They mean nothing to me, assassin. Kill all who stand in my way.
The skull answers Zokan's shout. Her long hair traces through the air. Ryder wordlessly turns toward Assassin. Face the rain of daggers he unleashes. Yeah, I guess... Yeah, Assassin had the time to, like, while Saber was trapped in the shadows, just, like, went around picking up, like, all 40 of his dirks. I can't follow the daggers with my eyes. The skull mask bounces and scrambles around the shrine, and as soon as I spot him on the wall, he's on the ceiling, and then the floor, and then throwing one of his daggers one after another. They come from every direction without end, giving their target no chance to block or evade. In the blink of an eye, the volley of daggers lines the floor of the sharp forest. Ryder can't deal with that. I've seen her move when she fought Saber. She sucked. Assassin's assault was probably fierce enough to keep Saber at bay. But she beat Ryder in a single blow, and Ryder sucks. White Skull hurls more darts. Then I notice something like frustration behind his attacks. Ah! By the time I realize what's wrong, the difference in power is already clear. They aren't hitting her. Not a single one even scratches Ryder. The voice comes from the ceiling. Assassin glares hatefully at his foe. Maybe he ran out daggers. There. putting her butt right in my face, is a gigantic snake. She clearly has arms and legs. You can't just call a girl a snake? I don't believe it. That many daggers. Ryder evaded them all with pure speed. Not like when she saved me moments earlier. She simply raced around on the ground as if just to declare she didn't have a need to block the daggers.
What are you playing at, assassin? No need to show mercy against my grandchild servant. Hurry up and take care of this.
こやつ以前とは違う
Time for the route where Ryder shines. Wait a second, does Ryder not suck? Assassin eyes Ryder dubiously from the ceiling. Ryder's different from the servant who sucked before. The magical energy in her body and the sheer physical prowess are on a different level. Not as strong as Saber, but she's clearly superior to Assassin.
貴様なぜ
Ryder doesn't talk. He just crouches low. Does your hair crouch low? Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow? Just as I realize it's the posture of a predator about to pounce on its prey, Ryder flies to the ceiling while Assassin leaps to the ground and they cross blades. Ow! Both fighters clash their daggers and land facing away from each other. Ryder's unharmed. Meanwhile, Assassin his shoulders barely hanging on.
抜けぬ
Assassin attempts to pull out the dagger, but before he can, a metallic sound. Chains rings out, and Ryder uses her chains and bodily swings Assassin around. I thought she was going to pull the old fulcrum trick again, but she's like, nope. She's strong enough to just pull a swing. Pull the giant swing off. Alright. Ryder just keeps spinning him around mercilessly. It's like she's swinging a ball and chain. Assassin flails through the room helplessly, crashing through the wall. His arms and legs bending at very bad angles. Whoa, watch it! I dodged the man tornado. This isn't powerful or violent. After spinning him around, just as she pleases, she just lets centrifugal force just keep carrying him, and she just lets go. Like she just threw a sledgehammer. Why a sledgehammer? Of all the things, a sledgehammer? The second strongest servant when she has a purpose other than just obeying Shinji. Assassin, his bones shattered, just thrown through the last wall head first. Sledgehammer? That's the best word they could come up with. Like, there's a word for, like, the ball on the chain that is used in, like, we could call it a shot put. I know it's not on a chain, but... Assassin is blasting off again! The skull-masked servant is tossed out into the temple yard like a piece of trash and just bounces on the ground, spitting blood everywhere, and finally just rolls to a stop. Wow! That was brutal. That was brutal. That was brutal. I know by now that servants don't die easily, but probably can't fight anymore. Can we double tap? I know you're not my servant. Can you please double tap?
You fool!
Zokin's presence fades. Sensing the tables turning, the old mage departs with a harsh word for Ryder. And the bugs that were covering the corners of the room leave with their master. Double tap. He's still out there. All right. The pain when Assassin punched me in the tummy brings me back to my senses. Ryder and I are the only ones left in the shrine room. I take a deep breath and calm myself down. After a moment, I realize that only my stomach and back are hurting. Say, know what that means now. Even without thinking about it. I push through my dizziness and head for the corridor.
待ちなさい。一人で行動するのは危険で
Dangerous
す。
to go alone. Take this. Are you going to give me your dagger? Say take this! Say take this! You. Ryder doesn't seem to mean any harm? Really here to save me? Why did you... I almost finished, but I almost don't care at this point. Right now I want to. Wait, you're Shinji's servant. How are you alive, and why would you help me? I need to go to her. Why am I taking a
あ
detour?
なたを死なせては
There's not a freaking Ryder route in this game. As much as we might want one, there isn't one. I think. I see. I don't believe it, but I guess that's her answer, then it's fine. Never mind that, I need to hurry. Get with one glance what I'm going to find. The corridor is silent. Half destroyed, torn apart as though a tornado went through. On the only intact portion of the floor, find a red stain. Smaller than the palm of my hand, I don't know who the blood belongs to. As soon as I see it, I feel my legs go weak. I drop to my knee. Touch the red stain. The blood is dry. It doesn't stick to my fingers. Seems to declare that she is well and truly gone. My duty is to protect you, Shira. Well, kinda screwed that one up then. How many times did I hear those words? They were promising yet anxious. She always put me first. Never once did she talk about protecting herself. I scratched at the bloodstain. Saber fought and died here. That's what war is. I've known that from the moment we made our pact, that people would die in battle. I offered her my hand. With that in mind, she took it. Saber. It was a girl smaller than me who protected me. I decided to go after the Black Shadow instead of the Holy Grail. She swallowed her dread and went along with my decision. You take care of yourself, Skeet. I'm probably, as soon as this day is over, which I'm assuming is soon, we'll probably take a break. And I'm very busy next week, so I don't know if we'll get to stream until, like, maybe next Friday. But, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. You take care of yourself. And this is the result. I lost her. I'm no longer a master, and I'm back to being a half-baked hero. I'm all alone with no way to fight. But I still have something to do. I need to go. I touched the bloodstain one last time. This is farewell. I lift my head away, and without a bow or a word of thanks. The pain in my left hand. Gone. The moment I acknowledged Saber's death and said goodbye, command spells disappeared without a trace. Command spells don't just disappear because a servant is gone. They go away when a mage is no longer qualified to be a master. I have no idea what happened here tonight. All I know for certain is one thing. This moment, I lost Saber and the right to be a master. I leave Ryoto Temple. Stomach and back feel like big injuries, but right now I don't care about physical discomfort. You're gonna feel that physical discomfort for a while. You don't have healing powers anymore, probably.
送ります。敵がいなくなったとはいえ、夜道の一人歩きは危険ですから。
Ah, I stop surprised. The way Ryder's acting is just too unexpected. I don't get it. Did your master order that too?
いえ、そのような命令は受けてはいません。こ
She
れは
loves
私個人
us.
の感情です。
The Ryder route has
ただ
begun.
そう思っただけですので、他意はありません。
I can believe that, but I'm gonna pass on the escort. We're enemies, and you don't need to get out of your own way for me. Go out of your way
敵
for
同
me.
士。では、あなたはまだ私たちと戦うつもりですか？
Thanks for rubbing it in,
サイバ
Ryder.
ーを失った魔術師でもないあなたが
I don't answer. Still haven't said anything about fighting or forfeiting.
そうわかりました。せいぜい道中気をつけなさい。
Ryder's long hair flutters. She heads for the mountain gate ahead of me. Even to me, she looks hopelessly defenseless from behind. Thanks. Blurt out something that I forgot to say.
え
Turns around, surprised. Embarrassing for her to look at me. Is she looking at us? Like, she's not really looking at us, let's face it. But I still have to express my gratitude. It's super rude not to.
何と言いました
As she'll hear me after all. I feel comfortable staring at her in the eye, or lack of eye. So I avert my gaze. I said thank you. I would have died if you didn't save me. As you can see, I have nothing to pay you back with, so wouldn't be right unless I at least said thank you.
お気になさらず。私は主の命に従ったまでです。主の命が変われば、すぐにでもあなたを殺します。
Thanks. Ryder answers in a cold voice and just disappears through the gate. Yep. That's why I told you not to go out of your way. Walk out of the temple alone. I could think about why she came to save me later. It'll take an hour to get home. I only have 1 hour to get over the fact that she should be here with me. I arrive at the house. It's well past 1 a.m. A brief coughing fit makes me cover my mouth, and I just notice a little bit of blood on my hand. Still hurts where I got punched, and my back stings where I kind of got smacked against the wall. Don't know what the internal damage is, but I'm probably bruised at least. Before I felt like I would heal from light injuries right away, but now they're not healing at all. Oh yeah. I don't have saber powers now. My pack with saber let me heal. And that's gone. Even a small wound can be fatal. Senpai? One calls me. Sakura's standing in the hallway just past the front door. Sakura, what's wrong? Middle of the night. Did I wake you? I'm up late because I couldn't fall asleep. I saw your shoes were gone, so I wondered if you went out. Yeah, I went out for a walk. Oh yeah, the lights are on when I got back. Been here the whole time. Sakura, were you waiting here the whole time? No, I wasn't. I just needed to use the bathroom, passed by the entrance. Also, like, it was like we ran into Ryder and we're just like, oh yeah, you're alive, good to see you again, or anything like that. I was just like, yeah, thanks for saving. That's it. Just leave it at that. Yeah, she was waiting for me. Been under 3 hours since Saber and I left. Maybe Sakura noticed me leaving right away and just waited for me the entire time. Anyways, Senpai, would you like some tea? I know it's late, but you'll feel better if you relax with some warm tea. My eyes widen. Suddenly, Sakura is uncharacteristically forceful. I must look really bad if she's this worried about me. Thanks, it's good to be back. Sorry for going out without telling you. Take off my shoes and go inside. Keep my hand on the punched stomach and I go to the living room. As Sakura steps in front of me. Welcome home, Senpai. She replies, sounding somehow relieved. Ouch! I jump up from the seat cushion my butt is on. The antiseptic drenched my back burns something fierce. Even made a sizzling sound and made it feel like I was being roasted. That hurts, Sakura. I don't need the antiseptic. Just dress the wounds with gauze. I can't do that. Your back is red, so I have to disinfect it. Of course it hurts. With injuries this bad, you should hold on a little longer. Ow! I wonder if she's this tough on injured people thanks to the Kyoto Club for Fujini. Does it hurt anywhere else, Senpai? Oh, I only got hurt on my back and tummy, that's all. Okay, I'll tape some gauze over it. If we lost both Saber and Fujini in the same day, that's just like the worst day in the history of this game. One of the worst days just in the history of history. Sakura wheels the first aid kit. Practiced efficiently. Her face is stern as she works, and I don't feel like I can interrupt her. Now then, if you're wondering how this happened, it's because I accidentally threw up the tea as soon as it touched my stomach. Planned on hiding it, but Sakura kind of figured it out. Of course, she wasn't this aggressive as soon as I got home. Your stomach is injured? When I showed her my abdomen, I showed her my tummy, she blushed. Ooh, she's a tummy person. She couldn't even begin to render first aid. Are you sure, Sakura? I can do it myself. You don't have to make yourself do that. Plus, my back is like super worse. It's okay. I'll do it. Please, let me. She became so flustered, I was worried she would swoon before she would even treat my back. Senpai, please take off your shirt. I didn't want to stop Sakura when she's trying so hard, and I guess I couldn't have treated my back on my own. But with all that in mind, I took off my shirt and let her work on my back. My back is scratched up all over, and for a while, Sakura didn't even do anything. After staring at each other for a few awkward minutes, she gulped and announced that she was going to give me first aid. That was about 20 minutes ago. It's now past 2 in the morning. Sakura's diligent care is almost finished. There, I'm done. I brought you a new shirt, so go ahead and put it on. Wait, you're finished already? Oh, thanks, Sakura. No, thank you for your patience. You don't thank me for healing me. I put on a fresh shirt and take a deep breath. Can't do much about the bruise on my tummy, but my back feels better. I'll sleep on my tummy tonight. Hopefully that won't hurt too much tomorrow. I'd better get to bed. Sorry for making you stay up so late. No, it wasn't any trouble, but... Is she gonna say it? Sakura looks down. It looks like she wants to say something but can't. Sakura, did something happen while I was gone? Senpai, did Saber go home? Yeah, we're gonna have this conversation now. I thought we might wait till morning, but nope, we're having it now. I go dizzy for a second. Did Saber go home? Hearing it out loud from someone really drives the hammer home. Yeah. Something urgent came up and she had to leave. She won't be coming back. Push through the dizziness, steady my breathing, and answer as calmly as I can. Sakura's doubting me for sure. I mean, they was only here 4 hours ago, so she must think something happened. Does she think Saber beat me up? I need to be calmer than anyone and just act like everything is fine. Saber was talking about you earlier tonight. She said you're too hard on yourself and you should lighten up. She did. Well, we just made up, so I'm sorry we couldn't say goodbye. Can't even nod. Saber disappeared before she could even say farewell to anyone. It's my heart so much I want to throw up. It was only 6 days we worked together. For only 6 days we were partners, and for 6 days swore to be my sword, and how'd I repair? Glad to hear that. Just been getting hurt since you arrived. Maybe now everything can go back to normal. Huh? Isn't that right? I won't ask what you've been up to, but you were going out at night with Saber, weren't you? Now that she's gone home, you won't have to be in danger anymore. Oh. Saber might be gone, but I'm still going to go on my nighttime walks. Wasn't going with her, I asked her to come with me. I stand up. I feel less tense now that the first aid finished. And I'm suddenly feeling sleepy. Senpai? Good night, Sakura. About that, I'm probably going to be out of the house tomorrow, so please make yourself at home like always. Please get enough sleep and don't worry about me coming home late. I don't want you waiting at the entrance all night again. Good night, Senpai. No! We can't do that to Sakura. Oh. At least I can rest my body now. Man, I'm super exhausted. Just lying down on my stomach is enough to make my body feel sleepy. Before I pass out and stare into the dark, hardening my resolve. What defeated Saber, and what am I supposed to fight? I need to get that through my head right now. Memories make my chest creak. I tremble slightly, feeling a frustration that goes beyond anger or fear. I feel like my heart's going to break. Do I have to fight Shadow? The thing that is just indiscriminately attacking people. The black shape that Saber and Archer are afraid of. I didn't see it happen, but Saber lost to that thing. Assassin couldn't have beaten her. Anything back there could have defeated her would have been the Shadow. I'm gonna defeat that thing. It isn't my only enemy. I need to deal with Zoken and Assassin too. Zoken said he had no more use for us since I'm no longer a master, but as long as I'm fighting in this Holy Grail War and pursue the Shadow, Zoken is going to appear. My body trembles. Saber isn't here anymore. Without her miracle healing, I kind of suck. Yeah, this is suicidal, but I've decided to fight. Go to be a man who does what's right. I lost Saber to do that. But one thing we do know from the intermission dialogue, however Shinji got his spell book, it can happen one more time. It's going to happen in this route. Just who's going to get that book? I've been following Kuritsugu's footsteps. The only choice I have is to stop the war and all the tragedies. That's why this was the last night I'm allowed to tremble like this. In the morning, once my injuries have healed, I hope, I have to become a stronger version of myself she'd be proud of. Day over, do we have an intermission? We've got an intermission. We got an interlude. We got Shinji. What do we got? Oh. We're hanging out with Sakura. Okay. The girl returns to her room, goes to her bed with heavy steps, and sits down limply. Senpai's hurt so badly, and he still... She doesn't know what happened. She just knows the boy left and came back a few hours later, looking haggard and covered in wounds. The blonde girl who suddenly appeared in this house a few days ago did not return with him. From this alone, it is clear something irrevocable has happened. The boy is hiding something, and as a result, the blonde girl didn't come back. So, if Sakura's the narrator, she only thinks of Saber as the blonde girl? That doesn't matter. She doesn't care about that at all. As long as the boy is safe. Doesn't need to know what happened. Nothing could make her happier than Shiro Emiya coming home to her. Wait, was it this cold today? She feels a chill and touches her cheek. It's hot. Her whole body feels hot. She feels she might faint if she doesn't concentrate. It must be cold again. That's unusual, since she doesn't usually catch colds, and she was waiting by the door for almost 3 hours. Sluggishly, she turns off the lights, too tired to even change out of her clothes. She collapses into bed. It's good. Compared to what Senpai's going through, this is nothing. Lying face down, the girl thinks back to the scene a few minutes ago. Back looked like something worked over with a cheese grater. His stomach was bruised black, and it's struck by a heavy, blunt weapon. Yep, totally going to be healed up 100% tomorrow. He had to have been wounded in body and spirit, yet his gaze was as clear as day. The moment she remembers, she feels her body temperature rise. She pretends not to notice that it's hatred she feels, not excitement. Did that? Yes. She can't forgive who hurt him this badly. This goes beyond momentary feelings of hatred or disapproval. He's always been deeply hurt, and yet he has always stayed with her, so pristine. He's someone so different from her, yet so precious. She can't abide the fact that someone hurt him. Pai's back was amazing. She absently reaches out with her hand. It's been a long time since he saw his bare skin up close. When they first met, he was small for a boy, not much taller than her. But for the last 2 years, he has rapidly become a man. It wasn't like before when he collapsed from a cold. That was only a common cold. Tonight, he was a wounded man. Senpai. Her mind goes blank as she remembers when he exposed his chest. When she was surprised by how masculine he was. Covered muscles, trained every day without rest. Not a gram of excess. If she had to compare his lithe body to that of an animal, he would be a wild goat, small and beautiful, yet the hidden strength to scale sheer cliffs. Yet his chest was so broad, so manly. Her outstretched fingertips trace the line of a chest that isn't there. Unconsciously, they run up his body lines like water drops, from his chest to his neck. Her fingers glide across the sheets, from his neck to his lips. Her face bright red. So stupid. In a panic, she tucks her arms in. The girl rolls into... Nothing to be ashamed of. It's perfectly natural for a girl your age. Nothing to be ashamed of. Doing nothing wrong. Her ears turning just as red as her face. It shouldn't be this embarrassing, but the memory of his touch is too fresh. The sensation of his skin on her fingertips just makes her imagination that much more vivid. Senpai. She clutches her hand tightly. She brings her face and hands in trying to ball up the warmth heating her body. She can't think of anything else. She clutches her hand to her chest, clutching close the residual sensation in fingertips. Senpai. She endures the heat boiling through her body. She won't be able to hold on if she lets it out. If that happens, she won't be able to think of this one thing she's clinging to. I'm sorry. She's hounded and by confusion and guilt towards the boy. Is this anything more than teenage guilt over the feelings she's feeling romantically? Or, as I am afraid, there is something more nefarious happening. His injured body, just the thought of the bloody marks on his back, make her dizzy. The girl who will never come home again. What she took from him. All the lies. Dark emotions she could never normally entertain twist inside her, awakening a feeling of delight deep within. Senpai. She calls out to him, trying to bury the feelings. How long can she keep them down? She hugs her chest so tightly it contorts. Thoughts bubble up within her bosom. The only thing making her this happy, this relieved, is that the boy came home to her. That's all I want, but Senpai, you... But it isn't enough. She wants more. She knows that now. He takes such good care of me. But he's trying to protect me by pushing me away. No, we can't have that, Senpai. I want to be by your side. She says her thoughts aloud. She knows how greedy she sounds. But because it's a desire that shouldn't be voiced, a wish that cannot come true. I'm sorry, Senpai. She moans her repentance. Why do I feel like in the hentai version of this game, this scene is a lot more descriptive? Not that this isn't descriptive enough. How vile she is for delighting in his injuries. How decadent she is for wanting to waste his efforts to protect her. It feels like a betrayal for someone like her who wants to be with him. So, he apologizes. Repentance and contrition quench her fever. She curls up in bed, damp with sweat. Her guilty conscience awakened a fever that was somehow like arousal. Even though the fever had cooled, she felt troubled by a heavy agony far more painful than yours. His wounded body. He's still going to fight, even after going through that. What should I do, Senpai? You're going to get hurt even worse now. She frets, covered in sweat, because she knows that Saber protected him. I suspect. It's a worry she doesn't have an answer for, and a problem that she cannot solve. She could think all night and still not come up with a way to stop the boy. Except... I know. I can just stop him from going outside. With a relieved sigh, she arrives at the very simple answer. The girl breaks into a smile of someone who had a divine revelation, feeling deep. Why'd everything go purple? Yes. If I hurt you so you can't walk anymore, then you won't get into any danger, Senpai. Is she gonna misery us? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! The part of Sakura this evening will be played by Kathy Bates. She murmurs as if addressing someone. Oh no! Again? Really? How many of these are there gonna be? Is this the church? Where the heck are we? Have we seen this room? Is this the Matau house? The room smells of stone. It is lit by natural, not man-made light. The flickering lamplight illuminates the man's back and highlights the parchment in his hands. I have a guess who this is. I apologize. I need to go anti-hydrate. I thought I'd be able to do that now. I let my body expect I would be able to soon. Curse you for having a fourth interlude, including 2 back-to-back. I'll be back in just a minute. Enjoy the creepy violin. Like, you ever have, like, you're mentally preparing yourself, just like, okay, about to end this, I'm going to then go to the bathroom in like 5 minutes. But then something happens, it's just like, oh. Not go on for 5 minutes. Go to be like another 10 or 15 potentially. What the heck is going on with the church? Yep, definitely the church, and I have a feeling I know who this is. Are you sending a report to that association of yours? You're a busy man, Kotomine. The voice comes from behind, its source unclear. It addresses a man sitting in a chair who begins his second task without showing a hint of surprise. About the usurpers, I see. Huh, let's see here. 57 casualties so far, including 5 deaths. Would you consider that a high number as the overseer? It is still unremarkable at this stage. This is the first mass coma incident on such a large scale. But it's no problem if it stops here. Both organizations are prepared to cover up something on this level. However, that's only true if it keeps the current pace, yes? Someone out there is being very bold. Have you realized it yet? If you leave this be, the town will soon be uninhabited. Kotomine doesn't answer. He's well aware of what the young man behind him is saying. The enigmatic shadow that appeared in town, so far it only drained life energy, but the quantity increases by the day. The number of bizarrely drained victims that began to appear 2 days ago has exceeded expectations in only a matter of days. So far it leaves the victims only in respiratory distress, but soon, not even a healthy adult male will be able to survive at night. Still, there's no need to worry. They're no amateur, so they should know their limits. I wonder about that. That may not be true for the insect user. Their type causes trouble if they aren't crushed quickly. I find this shameless slaughter of the townspeople repulsive. But, reverse that last line. That statement comes as a surprise to Kotomine. This man has no need for anyone other than himself. Why would he care about the people of Fuyuki? What a surprise! Has hell frozen over Gilgamesh? It's nothing to be shocked about. I do not approve of anyone other than myself taking human life. When the people kill each other, it makes for boring crimes and punishment. There is nothing to enjoy about such suffering. So they lose their way. I see. You are a heroic spirit after all. You grant death to save them from the pain of life. So do you desire death after all? Naturally, this era is filled with meaningless and worthless people. It is only right to purge them all. His scornful voice brims with absolute confidence and majesty. The priest continues working without pause as he listens. I see what you mean. You should use the Holy Grail if that is your wish. As long as no one appears to defeat you, then it belongs to you. Don't you have a wish, Kotomine? Nothing so specific as that. All I have is a desire for clear pleasure. Indeed, you desire pleasure! The young man laughs at the straightforward answer. A deep chuckle erupts from him like he's proud of his partner. Very well, I kill because they disgust me, while they kill because they entertain you. Our reasons may be different, but we seek the same grail. That's why you have my patronage. The priest doesn't answer. He merely fulfills his duty dispassionately. You may choose not to act as well. Do as you please. The young man's presence disappears. The stone room returns to silence, and the priest glances at the entrance. He seems drunk, but is sane to the core. Even that mud failed to corrupt his soul. Gilgamesh, the king of heroes, the Golden Servant, is the most powerful being in play right now. This is acknowledged by all, and Kotomine, the game master, does not doubt it. But some things are worthless, but nothing is without meaning. Be careful, king of heroes. If any could make you taste defeat, it would be thanks to that single point. No one hears his muttering. Lit by a red glow, the priest resembles an oracle gazing into the... Oh, I look forward to when Gilgamesh gets on the field now. Especially now, because he's not going to go up against Saber or Emiya, right? We get a new Gilgamesh fight. And I'm very excited and very scared. Oh boy, that's a wild one. Worry about that later. Wait, no, I want background music. Heaven's Field, Part 9. Rain. Yep. Things are super bad. Oh well. Things will get better in the end, probably. What could possibly go wrong? Alright. Thank y'all for anyone who stopped by today. Oh my goodness, this is a fun one. I love the twist and turn. Like, I was really hoping we would have a route where Saber died. I was gonna say not this early, but it's just like we're about halfway through Heaven's Field, maybe-ish. So about halfway through would probably be the best time to do it. Like in that between halfway and 3/4 mark would probably be the best time period to kill Saber off. That's just like, ooh. We having fun. This is awful. It's great. And it's like, hey, Ryder's back. We're not even paying attention to it. It's like, yeah, Ryder's here, whatever. Not even paying attention. Like, oh yeah, we killed you. But then again, I guess we shouldn't be surprised because we already saw Castor come back after getting cut in half. And Sal can come back after being cut in half. Lots of people getting cut in half. Let's see who we should hang out with. Let's hang out with Angela. Angela's doing some crafting right now. Next stream, sadly, I am very busy with work next week. I've got a bunch of 8-hour days, and I usually don't. It's 8-hour days where I'm doing a lot of talking. If it was 8-hour days where I was just like sitting at a desk or something, I might feel up to streaming later, but it's like I'm talking a lot next week. So next stream will not be until the Thursday stream with Worst, but hopefully next Friday we'll be able to really get back into Fate Stay Night and we'll do day 9. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, we only lost our servant and our live-in lady friend. Seems to be hinting at going full misery on us. Yay! Great. So, follow by the Worst Heroes. Check out the playlist of Phoenix right up to this point. Although that playlist still needs a whole lot of catching up to, but it's still a playlist that exists. Go check it out. It's super fun. All right, we are going to be raiding into Dumbangela. What is she crafting today? Probably something cool. I'll know after the ads play. But if you feel like participating in the raid, we do have raid commands. You have activated my raid card because branding both a subbed and an unsubbed version. Thank you so much to everyone who hung out today, even if it was just a simple lurk. You are appreciated, you are loved, you are awesome. Mwah! And until next time, fare thee well. Ta-ta.